Welcome back again. So we were studying about the different types of animal tissue. We have already studied about the epithelial tissue, about the connective tissue, and now the third one, that is the muscular tissue. We are going to study about that today. So our today's topic is the muscular tissue. So we have studied that tissue have different specialized function. The different tissue cells, they get together and form they are similar in origin and performing the same kind of function. They are called as tissue. So in that series, one of the it is a cluster of a cell which is responsible for the movement spatially. So movement can be of two types: voluntary movement and involuntary movement. Suppose I want to move my hand, so it is according to my will, but I cannot control the movement of the heart. I cannot control the movement once the food moves from mouth to the food pipe. After that, it is not under our control, but system it is simply moving with the help of peristalsis. A rhythmic contraction and relaxation will be there, and this rhythmic contraction and relaxation is not under our control. So of course, based on that, there are the different kinds of tissue, like some of the tissue which like heart tissue, from the formation time of the formation of this heart tissue till our death, continuously, without getting tired, it is functioning. Sometimes when we are doing some physical work, we get easily fatigued, we easily get tired. So based on that, there are the different kinds of muscular tissue we have. So muscular tissue can be again divided into three types. One is the striated, or it is also known as voluntary muscles. Second one is non-striated muscle or involuntary muscle, and third one is the cardiac muscle, the heart muscle. It is a special type of muscle that makes our heart. So coming to the again, we will compare these all three types on the following parameters, like what are the general features they have, like what type of cells are there, whether what type of nucleus is there, like in the earlier part, like in the last time we have studied that they have their position is different in the different kind of tissue. But here the number, this is the nucleus, the type of nucleus, it is based on number, whether one is present or so many. So I am writing here number, how many nucleus is present. Okay, and the third one is the dark and light bands are there. Fourth one is location, and fifth one is the function. So based on that, we will classify it. As for example, like the first feature we are going to study, the first characteristics or the parameter on which we are going to compare these all three types, the general feature, like striated muscles, they are the voluntary muscles. They will work according to our will. They can move according to our will. But the non-striated, they are involuntary in nature, action. They cannot be commanded by our will. If once it is under the control of autonomous nervous system. And third one is the cardiac muscle. It is also involuntary. But what is the difference between this non-striated and cardiac is, this gets easily fatigued, but this one will not fatigue. The cardiac muscle will never fatigue. It shows rhythmic contraction and relaxation since the time of origin till the death. But here the story is different. It gets fatigue also. It will based on the requirement, it will function. So next parameter is cell type. What type of, like we will come to the structural part, like cell type, number of cell, dark band. These all are the structural part. What type of structure these are? So striated muscles are made up of long cylindrical and unbranched cells. Cells are unbranched. You can see here, they are the long tubular structures are there, but the branching is not there. At the same time, the nucleus will be in more in number. That's why it is called as multinucleated. Its cells are multinucleated. And dark and light bands are present because of this multinucleus structures. They are giving dark and light band type structures. So these are the multinucleated. Next one is the non-striated. They are involuntary in nature. They are spindle shape, whereas the striated was long and cylindrical. They are spindle like. They were fiber. They are just like this one. So they are spindle shape, and it is again the difference. It has only one nucleus. The third one is dark and light band will not present here in the non-striated muscle, and the structure is like this. And in cardiac muscle, they are made up of short cylindrical muscle, but they are branched. They are long and cylindrical. In the striated muscles, the cell type was long and cylindrical, but in cardiac muscle, they will be short and cylindrical, right? And it will be branched. In the striated muscle, the cells were unbranched, but in cardiac muscle they are branched. So this is one of the major difference between the striated and cardiac. And similarity is what they are, both are of cylindrical type cells. Fourth, the nucleus is also here, one only. It is called uninucleate. It is having uninucleated cell. The dark and light bands will be absent here, and structure is like this. You can see that these are the long cylindrical structure having so many nucleus. These are having one nucleus, and spindle type cells are there, and here long tubular, short tubular structures are there having branchage. So you can see here this is branched, and here again the branching is there. This is all about the structural part. Now coming to the location where they are present. They are present like striated muscles, since they are voluntary in nature. So you can guess itself. Wherever the movement is based on our willing, like this, these hands I am moving, eyeball I can move, but pinna can I move? I cannot. The peristalsis I cannot control it. The rhythmic, the contraction and relaxation or the movement in the heart muscle we cannot control. So these are all are the involuntary, we can say that. Yes, these are the involuntary. So striated muscles, they are also known as voluntary muscles. So their location will be like in arms, legs, tongue, face, neck, etc. Non-striated muscles, since they are involuntary in nature, they will be present in the iris, in the ureter, wall of the intestine, and some other internal part. So where involuntary action is there, the movement is involuntary. Like the iris can, the size of the eye, the iris and other things can be based on the different factors. It is controlled by autonomous nervous system. As soon as our body will go in that particular condition, automatically the movement will be there, whether we want or not. The third one, cardiac muscle, it is a special type. It is clear from the name cardiac. So cardiac, it is present at the wall of the heart. And the function of a striated is what? It is movement of the various parts based on our will. The non-striated muscle, they are involved in the involuntary movement, like in peristalsis, like in the contraction of uterus and ureter, etc. The cardiac muscles, their function is the rhythmic contraction and relaxation without getting fatigue. So these are the major differences between the these three kinds of the muscular tissue. Our last part was the nervous tissue. So today that also we will finish. So in this way our tissue part will be completed. Thus the chapter number 6, I think it is in the NCERT for grade 9, and in the grade 11 separate chapter the tissue is. Actually the grade 9 and grade 11 is the replica of the most of the topics of grade 9 is in the broader form in grade 11. So we will study more about, these topics are common for these all, so both the students can get help from here. So our the fourth type of tissue is the nervous tissue. NERVOUS, nervous tissue. So here the most important thing is what? The unit, the single cell or the one tissue, its unit is neurons. So the what are the cell tissues which we are calling it? It is neurons. They are the largest cell or these are the largest tissue of our body. So if we will see the structure of a neuron, this generally you can see in the board exam, 10th board exam also, and we are in the 9th also, or in 11th also we are asking what are the draw, the question will come that is draw a well labeled diagram of a neuron cells or tissue. So this is neuron basically, right? So you can see it's a tree like structure, right? It's a tree like structure. At the end lot of branches are there. You can see, just like think that the leaves in a tree, these are the branches. So its function, the nervous tissues, the function of the nervous tissue is to conduct the nerve impulses, receive as well as conduct. So now coming to the structure of the neuron, then I'll get back to the function. So it's a tree-like structure. Its components are, the components of the neurons are components. Its components are, first one is the dendrite, D-R-I-T-E, dendrite. Second one, cell body or cyton also we are saying. Then axon is there. Then synaptic knob is there, or axon terminal, or it is also known as synaptic knob, right? So what the dendrite is actually, it is in the cell body, the finger-like projections are present. They are highly branched projections. They are called as dendrites. D-E-N-D-R-I-T-E-S, dendrites. Its function is to receive the nerve signal. What will happen? These dendrites will get the impulses, nerve impulses. So these dendrites are branched, highly branched, and they receive the signal, the nerve impulse, R-E-C-E-I-V, receive nerve impulse, P-U-L-S-E, right? This part, this is the cellular part, we are calling it cyton. So let me just rectify this one, so it will be easy. Yes, so this is cell body. And since it is a cytological part, this is the nucleus. This is nucleus. So from the dendrites, the nerve impulses which was received, it will move to the cellular part or the cell body. From the cell body, it will move to the axon, and through axon, it will move out through the synaptic knob to the next neuron. So here one protective covering is there. Its name is myelin sheath. These are this blue color structure, the protective covering which I am drawing. This is myelin sheath. And this inner side, this one, please take care, whenever we are drawing the diagram, we are labeling this as axon. It will be wrong. This structure, the inner structure, is called axon, which is responsible for transmission of the nerve impulses from cell body to the axon terminal. So this is axon, this blue color is myelin sheath. Just need to check this correct. And here you can see at the junction, this is node of Ranvier. And these are the axon terminal. or the synaptic knobs. So these nerve impulses will move to next neuron. So this is all about the structure of the neuron, structural part of the neuron. So nerve tissue, basically they are responsible for receive as well as transmit the signals, nerve impulses. They have four components like dendrites, cell body, axon and axon terminal. Dendrites will receive the signal, cell body will transmit the signals, it will transfer the signal, conduct the signal from dendrite to cell body to axon, axon to axon terminal, the nerve signals are going on. So these are the nerve signals. It is where it will be present. It is present at the its location. The neurons will be present in the brain, in the spinal cord, etc. Brain and spinal cord it will be present. So the function of dendrite is what? Receive nerve impulses. RECEIVE. Receive nerve signals. Cell body, they will transfer the signal, transfer impulses from nerve impulses, better to say nerve, NERVE, nerve impulses from dendrite to axon. Axon is the conduction part. It is also transfer nerve impulses. And axon terminal, it will transfer signals to the next neuron. Transfer signals to next neuron, the next adjacent neuron. One thing don't forget to write in the exam, please, what we are drawing the diagram. It is the diagrammatic representation of neuron. So in this way our tissue part is completed. Once again we are just concluding the nervous tissue. Nervous tissue, it is a specialized tissue which is responsible for the receiving and releasing the signals, nerve signals, which is actually the electrical signals. They have the specialized tissue that is called as neuron. Neuron have four parts: dendrite, cell body, axon and axon terminal. Dendrites are the highly branched terminal ends of the cell body. They are receiving the nerve impulses. After it passes to the nerve impulses from dendrite, it passes to the cell body. From cell body, tubular structure is there, that is called as axon. They are transferring the nerve impulses to the next neuron, and at the end, this one, the axon terminal is there. So this is the structure of the neuron. So hope the tissue part you have understood. If you have any question, you can just send me a message in my message box or in my chat box, and please subscribe and like my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon, so whenever I'll make new videos, you will get the notification first, so you will get in touch with me. So thanks for watching. Thanks again.